Hey, what's up you guys, it's Audrey and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, bonjour and welcome. Today's video, it's just a lot more chill. We're just sitting down, we're just relaxing. I had no makeup on, my hair is not done. I just thought I didn't feel like it, and this is just more real, this is more raw, it's just me and you. Because today I'm gonna be answering some of your guys' questions, more big sis advice, and I'm sorry that these questions were asked literally like a month ago. I'm the worst, I know. Hopefully y'all are okay, that maybe I'm not too late. So I won't be naming anyone also in this video because a few people were like, can I stay anonymous? And so the first question is, I guess it's not really advice, but they're asking me. She said, worst relationship. And I'm not going to answer this for myself because I haven't really been in a bunch of relationships. But personally, what I think is the worst relationship to be in is one where there's just absolutely no communication and you're both kind of just like living in this perfect la la land of no problems, because you don't want that, but like a good relationship has to have problems and conflict. You have to talk about things because no two people are perfect, especially together. You're gonna have problems. You have to eventually step back and realize and know that your relationship is strong enough to handle a little conflict without it all like falling apart or something. So that's kind of what I think is just the worst relationship is no actual conversation. Next question is, how do you find friends that last? And honestly, this is just a time thing. This is just an age thing. You will not have the same friends. I mean, who knows? Speaking on like average teen girl relationships or guy relationships even, you won't have the same friends that you had in elementary, middle school, and high school. There will be those few people who end up like staying, and those are wonderful people that I honestly think you will have your whole life. Because if you have a certain like friend that you've had for multiple years, I don't know, and since like childhood, those are the ones who stay. Those are the select few. But there are people that will just come and go in your life who are just there to teach you things and challenge you in that time in your life. You know what I mean? Like, and it will be really hard to accept, my own personal experience, that those people won't stay forever, because in the moment, once again, it's almost like the worst relationship like question is, it seemed perfect and happy and wonderful in the moment, but you have to realize that, like I said, they're there for that aspect of your life and that time in your life to challenge you and grow, and that friends that last will just honestly happen when you're older and with time, like I said, and also the select few that will stay, and there's no real trick to finding friends that last. I don't know, everything will work out and you will find your people. There's no way that you won't find your people. And if you're not right now, this is just a learning season, and just take it as it comes. How to start to love the things you love again after you lost yourself for a while. Now, I think we all get this, and I mean, I get it a lot. I think that mental health can almost blind you from the things that you love, and it's confusing at the time because you're like, this is something so important to me that I love. Things can just cloud your vision and everything just seems very dull and you just don't know what's happening. This is something that you just have to, it's another season that you just have to wait out. And honestly, I would say time again, but time also clouds your vision and you're just suppressing feelings. There's this video that my friend sent again, and I'd already seen it, of Sadie Robertson talking about this actually. And whenever we say that time will heal and you're just waiting on time, like that's so vague, and what is time? Is actually you should just be asking God to help you move through that time in your life instead, and asking him and praying and just going back and reading the Bible and finding the words and the scriptures that are speaking and calling your name and helping you through those times, and you can just grow through them instead of just suppressing feelings and just like waiting it out, as there is a more peaceful way, I feel like, to do it. Next question is, how do you deal with peer pressure, dating, drugs, etc.? I haven't had to deal with a lot of peer pressure in my life. You just have to know that that's not making you any cooler. It's not, and you have to look at the grand scheme of things, what that's gonna add to your life by saying no to it. Like, is it really gonna make you look that uncool? Is it gonna be that embarrassing? I feel like in the moment, those people will be annoying and you're gonna feel a little weird, but they know in their heads that you are being mature, you're taking into account your feelings, and you shouldn't feel pressured to do anything. And if people are pressuring you to do something, I mean, they suck, and you shouldn't be surrounded by those people. But I know in some cases you don't mean to be surrounded by those people. You know, I don't know what instance you're in. How do you deal with social media? I'm constantly deleting my posts and my Insta as well. Okay, this is something that I know a lot of people deal with and struggle with, and personally, I don't know, I've never been one to delete posts and like Instagrams, because I like seeing like my memories and looking back and like keeping things, so I've never like embarrassed by old posts or like want to delete or like care that much about like my feed, even though I mean I do love a good aesthetic. I love like keeping a good, you know, look, but it doesn't affect me too much. But I know it is a big struggle for some people, and I just want you to know that it's never that deep. No one is thinking about it as much as you. And also, one of my favorite quotes of all time is on my wall, is people will love you and people will hate you, and none of it will have anything to do with you. So if you really think people care that much, people are hating on you and people are loving you also at the same time, people are liking your pictures, people are commenting, wonderful. It's a fun moment. But yeah, social media can be really negative. You have to remember that in the grand scheme of things, it has nothing to do with you what these random people on the internet think about you. As long as you're having fun and you're making content and pretty pictures and taking pictures of friends or feeling good about yourself, that's all that matters. As long as you're putting things out that are putting in a positive impact on others and yourself, and the people who hate it, that doesn't have anything to do with you. That's just, that's all on them. Okay. Best advice when it comes to boys. Am I the one to talk to? I think my best advice is keep your expectations very low in the beginning, and just keep like a safe guard if you're starting to talk to like a new guy, if you're Snapchatting someone new, because I just find that boys go through, they just kind of flip around with different girls and they get excited by different girls for like 1 second and then they're just like done, and they just like, but you're gonna get too attached, you're gonna get too obsessed, and you just need to watch yourself, okay? Because if he stops talking to you tomorrow, girl, I don't want you to freak out. Just guard yourself and know that he's not that deep, he's not that important, and he's not gonna add anything to your life if he doesn't care about you. Like, you need someone who's putting that same energy back. So guard yourself, girl. Make sure that you don't get too attached right away. Speaking from personal experience, like everything that I just said, I would say to myself. Like, don't think I'm just... Yeah, literally the next question was boy advice. So if I do this again, you guys can give me like specific boy advice that you want help with, but like just in general, that is my boy advice, is just watch yourself and don't get too attached right away, because boys like to just get out of there. Next question is dealing with breakups and wanting a boyfriend really badly. Okay, so dealing with breakups is, I've never been someone who, even like in a breakup, but then also just watching other people, I don't understand why there's so much hate involved in breakups. Like, there's just so much anger right away, because you have to step back. You just gotta do it. Everyone loves to blame the other person, and you might do it right away, and I hope that you give yourself time and just like a second to actually think about the whole relationship and everything that just happened, and be thankful and grateful and still love the person and look at them with love, and not regret what just happened because it taught you something, you were happy. Don't just look at them with hate and throw all this crap on them and blame them. Like, you need to step back and look at yourself and look at maybe what you would have done wrong in that relationship, and maybe I don't know how to say this, but basically think about the times when you haven't liked someone. Like, let's just be honest, we're not gonna like everyone in our lives. Like, step back and remember the time that you wanted to ghost someone, that you wanted to stop talking to someone, where you were like, I don't like this person, I don't like talking to this person, like, why are they talking to me? Like, we just don't like everyone in our lives, and we figure this out. You just know when you're in a relationship, you're like, this isn't gonna work out. You just can't be mad at the person. Maybe this is just me. Like, why am I like so sympathetic? I just don't want to be mad at them, because I feel like if you wanted to break up with someone, like, put yourself in someone else's shoes. I hope my brain is not just going all over the place and this is making sense. Main breakup tip, don't just go talking crap on them to your friends, because the truth is you wouldn't want them going talking crap on you. Try so hard to look at them with like love and just wish them well, and realize that once again, like the friendship thing, is people will come into your life at certain times and certain seasons to teach you things, and that's what they came there for. They're not going to be there your whole life. Tips for anxiety and body image issues. Tips for anxiety. Constantly when I feel like I'm getting very anxious, I stop myself completely, and you know, I'm going too fast in my day, I'm thinking too much, is I just like to look outside or just even look up at the ceiling, anywhere, and just take a full deep like belly breath, you know what I mean? Because we don't think about that enough, but it centers you and it calms you down, and I found that that helps me a lot. And also just when I'm getting very anxious, I don't have like severe anxiety, I don't really have panic attacks, so I cannot like help anyone that much, I feel like. But I just get away and I go outside, and being with nature and being outside is just something else that you can't really explain, and it really helps and it heals you. And if it's winter, if it's cold outside, girl, I'm so sorry. You know what, actually, in youth group last night, one of the leaders said something, and well, so blatantly obvious, but think about what is making you anxious right now. Sorry to do this to you, but do it. You're thinking about what is making you anxious, then step back and realize that it's not happening right now. You are in the present moment and it's not happening right now, and whatever it is getting figured out. God will handle it, and he's already figuring it out. He's with you right now, and he'll be with you in that time when that finally comes up, and you'll be ready, and he'll be ready to help you. And she also said tips for body image. I'm gonna quickly say like 2 kind of quotes that I've heard that I feel like really helped me. First of all, your body, instead of thinking about what it's not, think about all the things that it can do. And be thankful that your body is healthy enough and strong enough to be able to do those things, and stop picturing a body that you want. A body that could potentially, if you keep starving yourself, if you keep damaging yourself and overworking it, then you won't even be the body that you want to be. You'll be weak, you won't be able to do the things you love, you will be completely different. Be thankful for the body that you're in now, and realize and be grateful for all the things that it can do and is doing for you right now. And then there is this really great Miles Carter quote that I think I can remember off the top of my head. We're not made to be pretty, we are made to function. So as long as you are functioning, you are everything you are made to be. You also constantly have to remind yourself that you are not made for the male gaze, to be attractive, to be pretty. Like, pretty is such a little dot of a word. That's so stupid, but you know what I mean? Like, pretty doesn't define me. Pretty doesn't mean anything to me. It's just a cute little compliment that I throw over my shoulder, honestly. Like, I want someone to tell me that my mind is beautiful, that my soul is beautiful, that they can see a light in me. But there's just so many more aspects of yourself that are so much more than your looks. And this is just a vessel for us on this earth that God gave us to honestly do his work and shine his light, and I feel like I realized that more in the last year. Also, there's another quote that's up here that I'll read. I've had on my board forever. Words do not define beauty, people do not define beauty, looks do not define beauty. You define beauty in your depth, in your speech, in your mind. You define beauty with your beautiful mind and your lovely heart. So that has been up there for years, and I wish that I would believe it more some days, but we get so caught up and swept away in social media and likes and comments and what other people think about us. But I go back to the same quote: people will love you, people will hate you, and none of it will have anything to do with you. So just keep being you and living your life. My brain is just like working. I feel like I feel like I said some points. I feel like I made some points. This was probably a longer video than usual. It's probably just different in general. It was a little more serious, and I don't know, I never make videos like, I don't know, I don't feel 100% like myself looking like this, but I'm trying to just get used to it and accept that. And I'm not even gonna say anything like self-deprecating. I've been trying to really stop that because it gets in other people's heads and you're affecting the world around you. So try to put good stuff out and like fake it until you make it, like make yourself believe it. Let's just like stop self-deprecating humor and saying crap about ourselves, and let's just finally learn to love ourselves. But if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe right down below for more videos just like this one in the future. It gives you a big thumbs up so we can all be pals. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Also, thank you so much for even asking questions. Okay.